is, I'm going to talk about a couple of countries because my point that I'm going to prove by the time I'm done speaking, you will all understand this. I don't know, you might not. But the point is, by the time I'm done speaking, the point that I want to drill home is that we don't go around the world spreading democracy. We don't. Okay? As early as 1900s, what is now British Petroleum was in Iran, taking those resources and using them for what they want. Well, in the 50s, I don't know if you've ever seen any pictures of Iran, but in the 50s, Iran looked pretty much like any place in America. It was hustling, bustling. There was guys in suits. There was guys wearing the regular hats. Hello, man. You know, everybody, you know, it was a bustling democracy in Iran. And it was a democracy, and we went in there because Mossadegh had decided he was the leader there. He was the leader, and he decided that, no, you know what? It's not fair that these countries have come in and they take all of our resources and they leave us with nothing but sand. It's our country. We like our resources. I think that's reasonably fair. Well, it's a matter of public record that the CIA said, we're not having that. And so the CIA went in and took out Mossadegh, and we put in the Shah of Iran. Now, the Shah of Iran was a horrible leader, and he was a horrible leader for a long time, and the people there hated him. But he got a lot of money, and he got a lot of gold, and he got a lot of oil, and he got a lot of everything else. And then there was a revolution, which created a theocracy. Now they live under a theocracy, not a democracy. And you could say very easily that we brought them that theocracy, and that theocracy is our fault. Now, here's the kicker. A lot of you may have just heard that for the first time, but you're libertarians or libertarian-minded people, so I doubt it. But think about the average American. The average American has no idea what I've just said, and what I just said is the truth. But every person in the Middle East knows what I just said, and knows that it's the truth. So how would you feel? Now, the other thing is let's think about Egypt. Egypt, we have Mubarak. For 40 years, we've been giving that guy $2 billion. $2 billion a year for 40 years. That's $80 billion. Okay? And we gave it to him as recently as Obama given it to him within the last 2 years, or was within a year of the time the uprising started. When the uprising started, there was like, oh my God, they're uprising. And our media went with this whole, Mubarak is our guy. And eventually we couldn't hide it anymore. Mubarak was a terrible asshole. You know what I mean? And we could not hide it anymore. And so eventually we had to say, oh yeah, he's a horrible guy. But we did, we had to admit it. And then when we admitted it, you know, we're now back into Egypt, trying to dictate the way things goes, and that's why these revolutions continue. Now, the other thing that adds up here, we've been doing this in Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya, and especially Saudi Arabia, which would explain why most of the people that attacked us on 9/11 were actually Saudis.